Hello, my friend. This is my story. How I learned English in only 5 months. When I was young, English was very difficult for me. I felt shy. I felt nervous. I could only say, "Hello, how are you?" One day, I watched an English movie. I understood nothing. Not one joke, not one sentence, nothing. I felt angry with myself. I felt small. But then I made a decision. I said, I must learn English. I will not give up. That night, I made a promise, a strong promise. I said, from tomorrow, I will learn English every day. I don't care if it is hard. I don't care if I make mistakes. I will not stop until I can speak. This was the beginning of my 5-month journey, a journey that changed my life.
The next day, I started. I didn't know the best method, but I knew one thing. I must listen every day. So, I downloaded a podcast, only 5 minutes long. I listened, but I understood almost nothing, only 2 or 3 words. I felt lost. I wanted to quit. But then I remembered, babies learn by listening. I can too. So, I made a rule, 10 minutes every day, morning or night, busy or tired, no excuses. At first, it was only sounds, but slowly I heard real words. Hello, thank you, today, happy. These small words made me happy. I also tried shadowing. I repeated after the speaker. My accent was strange. My timing was wrong, but I kept going. After 2 weeks, English was not just noise. I could hear words more clearly. I felt hope. By the end of month 1, I had a habit. I was not afraid of listening. I enjoyed it. And I said to myself, next month, I will speak.
After 1 month of listening, I felt stronger. But listening was not enough. I needed to speak. I needed to open my mouth. I was scared. Speaking means mistakes. Mistakes mean embarrassment. But I told myself, no fear. If I want progress, I must speak. So, I joined an online group. The first time, I was shaking. My hands were cold. My heart was fast. People from many countries, India, Brazil, Vietnam, Mexico, all speaking English. Then it was my turn. I almost froze, but I breathed deep, and I said, "Hello, my name is. I am happy to be here." It was not perfect, but people smiled. They welcomed me. I felt courage. I made a new rule. Speak English 15 minutes every day, with partners, with myself, or recording my voice. Sometimes I talked to objects. This is my toothbrush. I am brushing my teeth now. It was funny, but it helped me think in English. By the end of month 2, I was not afraid. My grammar was bad, but people understood me, and I understood them. I learned something powerful. Fluency comes from courage, not perfection.
After 2 months, I could listen. I could speak a little, but I had a problem. I didn't have enough words. Many times, I wanted to speak, but the words were missing. I needed more vocabulary. So I started reading. Not a big book, not a hard book. I bought a graded reader, an easy story. The first night, I read 10 pages. It was slow. I used a dictionary many times, but I finished. I made a new rule. Read every day, at least 10 pages. Morning, night, or on the bus. No excuses. After 2 weeks, something changed. I saw the same words again and again. Suddenly, quietly, smiled. These words stayed in my head. I also noticed grammar. The boy opened the door. She walked quickly. They were happy. Grammar became natural. After my first book, I felt proud. It was my first English book. I wanted more. So I read another and another. By the end of month 3, speaking was easier, listening was clearer, reading gave me fuel. I realized something important. Listening trains your ears. Speaking trains your mouth. But reading trains your brain.
3 months passed. I had strong habits. Listening, speaking, reading. But I wanted more. I wanted English, not only in study time. I wanted English in my life. So I made a decision. I will live in English. First, I changed my phone. I changed it to English. At first, it was confusing. Settings, notifications, storage. But slowly, I learned. Next, I stopped watching movies in my language. I watched only in English. Sometimes with subtitles, sometimes without. It was hard, but I improved. I also listened to English music every day, walking, exercising, even cleaning my room. I sang along. It was fun. At night, I wrote a diary, only a few sentences. Today, I went to the market. I met my friend. I was tired, but happy. Writing made me think in English. After some weeks, something amazing happened. I started to think in English. Not all the time, but in simple situations. I'm hungry. It's raining. I should study. No translation. Direct English. By the end of month 4, English was not homework. English was my life. My phone, my music, my movies, even my thoughts. I told myself, now the final month will test me. It's time for real progress.
Month 5 began. I felt different. My habits were strong. Listening, speaking, reading, living in English. But I asked myself, can I use English in real life? One day, I had a chance. I saw a tourist. He looked lost. He had a map in his hand. Normally, I would walk away. I was shy before. But this time, I said, this is my test. I walked up. I said, hello, do you need help? He smiled. He spoke in English. And I understood. Not every word, but the main idea. I gave directions. We had a short conversation. When he left, he said, thank you. Your English is very good." My heart jumped. I felt so happy. It was real communication, not practice, not homework, real life. After that, I wanted more. I spoke to tourists. I spoke online. I even recorded myself. Every time, I was faster. Every time, more confident. My listening was better too. I watched YouTube, sometimes without subtitles. I understood the main idea. I even laughed at the jokes. At the end of month 5, I looked back. 5 months ago, only, "Hello, how are you?" Now, I could hold a conversation. I could read books. I could understand videos. My English was not perfect, but it was alive. It was real. I learned one lesson. Progress is step by step. Every day. Small steps. And one day you look back and say, "Wow, I can do this." After 5 months, my friends asked me, "What is your secret?" I laughed. Because I am not special. I am not a genius. But I did have methods. Simple methods. Powerful methods. First secret, consistency. Every day. Not 5 hours once, but 30 minutes daily. Small steps. Every day. That is power. Second secret, listen first, speak later. Like a baby. Listen a lot. Repeat the sounds. Then speak. This made my speaking natural. Third secret, don't fear mistakes. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are teachers. Every mistake showed me something new. I remembered better. Fourth secret, real English. Not only textbooks. I used music. I used YouTube. I read stories. I talked with people. It was exciting, not boring. Fifth secret, self-talk and journaling. When I was alone, I spoke to myself. I'm cooking now. I will study later. It was funny, but it trained my brain. At night, I wrote a diary. Only a few lines, but powerful. It made my thoughts clear. So, what is my secret? No magic. No shortcut. Just habits. Simple habits. Every day. And I told myself, if it works for me, it can work for anyone. My journey sounds simple, but it was not easy. I had many challenges, many problems. First challenge, motivation. At the beginning, I was excited, but after 2 weeks, I felt tired. I wanted to stop. Then I remembered my promise. I will not quit. I will learn English every day. That promise kept me strong. Second challenge, mistakes. When I spoke, I made many mistakes. Wrong grammar, wrong words. Sometimes people didn't understand. I felt embarrassed. I wanted to quit. But then I learned. Mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are part of learning. Each mistake made me better. Third challenge, vocabulary. I wanted to say something, but I didn't know the word. I felt blocked. I tried word lists. I forgot them. Then I read books. I learned words in context. That worked. Fourth challenge, technology. Sometimes my internet was slow. I missed speaking practice. I felt frustrated. But I didn't give up. Instead, I recorded myself, or I wrote in my diary. I found another way. Biggest challenge? Self-doubt. I asked myself, can I really do this? Am I good enough? Doubt is dangerous. It kills motivation. To fight it, I looked at small wins. Finishing a book, understanding a video, talking with a tourist. Each success proved I was moving forward. By the end, I understood. Challenges are not blocks. Challenges are steps. Each problem made me stronger. And I told myself, yes, it was hard, but that's why it feels powerful.
5 months passed. I looked back. I saw a new me. Before, I was shy. I was silent. I was afraid of mistakes. English was scary. Now, I was confident. I was brave. I was not perfect, but I could communicate. Before, I avoided English. When people spoke, I looked down. I walked away. Now, I looked up. I answered. I started conversations. I connected with people. English changed my mind. English changed my life. I felt more open. I felt more free. I felt more curious. Reading books showed me new ideas. Listening to music gave me joy. Speaking with people gave me friends. The biggest change was not language. It was confidence. It was belief. I told myself, if I can learn English, I can learn anything. This was my transformation. From fear to courage. From silence to voice. From student to speaker. And it all happened in just 5 months.
This is my story. 5 months. A big change. A new life. But now, it's about you. Maybe you feel shy. Maybe you feel weak. Maybe you think English is too hard. I want to tell you, you can do it. Yes, you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a genius. You just need habits. Small steps. Every day. Listen a lot. Speak a little. Read every day. Write your thoughts. Live in English. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Don't wait for the right time. Start today. Start small, but start. In 5 months, you will surprise yourself. You will look back and say, wow, I changed. English is not only a language. It is a key to the world, a key to new friends, a key to new dreams. So my message is simple. Believe in yourself. Trust the process. Keep going. Never quit. One day, you will stand, and you will say, I did it. I speak English. This is my story.